This is a video tutorial on our new Bluetooth David Clark wireless system, as well as our icom portable radios. Both of these new components for the boat are going to be kept in our new compartment in front of the boat operator's console. The radios are going to be kept freely inside the compartment, and the Bluetooth David Clark system is going to be kept inside the camo bag, placed inside of the compartment like so. So now we're going to talk about our 4 new wireless David Clark Bluetooth headsets and the components of each. To start off, you have your headset, which includes your volume control on both sides and your microphone, very similar to the David Clarks we use in our engines. You also have your wireless belt station. The components on this is your on and off button. This is also your pairing button, your push to talk button, your battery, a belt clip, and your VOX knob. Now we're going to talk about linking your wireless belt station to the David Clark Bluetooth gateway, located on the second shelf of the operator's console. As you see right now, we have power going to the gateway, and you see an orange flashing light, which means it is ready to be paired with your wireless belt station. To pair with the wireless belt station, we have our on-off button, which is also our pair button. Press and hold this button until you see it turn red. Once it's red, it will then start flashing orange, which means it is attempting to pair with a gateway station. Once paired, you'll see it flash green, both on the wireless belt station as well on the gateway every 3 to 5 seconds. You'll also hear a voice through the actual David Clark headset saying that it is paired. Now to pair a second David Clark, it is the same operation of pressing and holding until it turns red, flashing orange, attempting to pair, it will flash green in the same sequence. Now if you look at the gateway station, you'll notice that it is blinking twice, indicating that 2 David Clarks are now connected and paired to the gateway station. And as you connect the 3rd and 4th David Clark, that will blink 4 times or 3 times, depending on how many stations you have hooked up. Now we're going to talk about the David Clark radio selector box, which is also located in the console of the boat operator on the first shelf. This is the the radio selector box. The components on this are your toggle switches, which allow you to listen to the 800 megahertz and VHF radios simultaneously if you want, or if you to toggle down, now you'll just be listening to VHF. Both toggles up means you're listening to both simultaneously through your David Clark headset. These last 2 toggles are not in use. They're not hooked up to any radios. This knob up here is your selector knob for which radio you want to transmit through. You only can transmit through one radio, even though you're listening to both. The first detent is the 800 megahertz radio. You will now be able to communicate with our Hayward or any other resources on 800 megahertz. Detent 2 is for VHF, so now you can communicate through any of the VHF channels. So we're selected on VHF right now. To talk through your David Clark headset, you have your push to talk button on your wireless belt station. When you press and hold the push to talk, just like in our rigs, you press talk, and now you're communicating through the VHF radio. Because we carry 4 wireless Bluetooth David Clark systems with the wireless belt station, any of the 4 connected to the main control are able to communicate via push to talk through any of the radio channels selected. Now we're going to be talking about volume control. The first place you can control your volume is actually through your radio base stations. We recommend you keep these all the way to the right or turned all the way up, and then control your own personal volume through your David Clark headset, which is found on the knobs on each side of the headset. We're also going to be talking about your VOX knob, which is located at the top of the wireless base station, belt station. The knob all the way to the left or counterclockwise, your mic is wide open, meaning it's going to be open all the time, ambient noise, your voice. As you start to move the knob to your right or clockwise, you'll hear a tone through your headset. Once this tone dissipates, you now have the optimized mic capability, which is only going to pick up your voice. It won't pick up the ambient noise of the motors and or wind. Now if you continue to rotate clockwise to the right until you cannot go any farther with the knob, this turns the mic completely off. However, it still allows you to listen to radio traffic and other crew members on the boat. The proper state of readiness for our David Clark Bluetooth headsets is the headset will be pre-connected to your wireless belt station. In the event that these come apart, you line up the orange dot on your headset with the orange dot on your wireless belt station. Once lined up, it's just a slight turn to the right. There's a detent on the headset and a channel on the wireless belt station. It's just a slight turn and you are locked in. Now we're going to talk about the batteries that power each individual belt station. The batteries are located right here. There's a twist knob which locks them down into place, and there's your battery. These spare batteries are kept in the same compartment that your headset and belt stations are kept in the top shelf in a plastic bag. These have an operating time of 24 hours of continuous use. Once these batteries have an hour left, you'll see an indicated red light, a constant red light. You will also hear a voice command through your headset alerting you that there's only 1 hour left. At this time, all 4 belt stations should be switched out with the new batteries found in the compartment. That's as simple as unlocking your twist lock, removing the batteries, and replacing with the new batteries. It's very simple. You have the female connectors, two male battery connectors in there. It's as simple as laying them in, closing your hatch, and twist lock hand tight down. Once back at the station, the battery chargers are kept in Battalion 2's office. Once you're back at the station, take the low batteries into the office, place them in the charging port. Once those are fully charged, it is the responsibility of the crew members that brought the batteries into there to make sure that they are brought back and placed into the compartment in a plastic bag if the boat were to go out again. Now we're going to talk about our icom portable radios. We carry 3 of these on Rescue Boat 1, found in the same compartment as our David Clarks in front of the boat operator console. To go over the functions of the radio, you have your power button down here in the right-hand corner. Press and hold, the radio turns on. Up here in the upper left-hand corner is, think of it as a home button. It will bring you back to the emergency channel on VHF, which is 16. This is how you adjust your volume and squelch. If you press volume, you can now adjust your volume up or down. Press it again, and you now can adjust your squelch up or down. This is your scan button. If you press scan, it is now scanning all of the channels in your favorites. This is your favorite button. You press this and now you can scan through all of your favorite channels. 9, 16, 21, 22, 23, 81, and 83 are the channels we have selected in our favorites. This is the channel weather, so you can press the channel weather.
Areas of fog with visibility 1 nautical mile or less early.
It'll take
Pressure
you to
30.0.
different selections for your weather.
5 to 15 miles.
This button right here is a loud or mute. When you're on a certain channel, you press the loud or mute button, and that will either increase the volume of that channel and or mute that channel. And this is your lock. Press and hold. This locks the channel selection. Press and hold to unlock, and now you can select your channels. Up here, this knob is strictly for an earpiece that we do not carry, so this should remain closed and it does not do anything as far as operating the channel. This is your push to talk on the radio, and the power off, press and hold. These radios, stated readiness, should be kept full. You'll notice a battery bar at the top right hand corner of the display on the radio. As soon as they drop below anything less than full, they need to be recharged. The recharging station is found at station 7, where all the rest of the batteries for the ticks and other equipment are kept by engine 7. Now we're going to discuss when we're going to use our icom portable radios. These radios will be used anytime a rescue swimmer is placed in the water. Before getting in the water, the rescue swimmer will decide between the boat operator and himself what channel will be selected as a communication between the two. You'll select that channel, lock that channel, and make sure the volume is all the way up on your portable radio before entering the water. Also, before entering the water, each radio comes with a halyard. This halyard will be placed onto the PFD like so, clipped, and then use your belt clip to clip onto the PFD. When the rescue swimmer is in the water, this is obviously going to be underneath the water, so anytime that the rescue swimmer wants to communicate with the boat operator, remove it from your belt, bring it above the water, let the water drain from the mic, then you can push to talk, communicate, and then place it back on your belt.